Well, that's exactly where Channel 5's Jeff Hollinger is standing by live. Jeff?
Cynthia, Ken, I am on Bourbon Street, and I mean, it is a big party here. Let's see if we can go down just a little bit. Look at these Tech fans. You see Buzz the Bee on that lady's wrist. Say hello to all the folks in Georgia. Well, they're saying hello to you. It has been a marvelous happening here for all of the people from Atlanta and Georgia. Everybody is a Georgia Tech fan tonight as they advance to the Final Four. It is like New Year's Eve all over. The Westin Hotel has served as the Georgia Tech headquarters. It is there the celebration began. Since all of you guys seem to be talking as one, what's next on the Georgia Tech agenda? Denver. No. Wait, you're jumping ahead of yourself. Right now is not Denver. Where are you going now?
Bourbon Street.
Bourbon Street. I'll need to see all of your IDs. So. And guess where we are? Yes, indeed, this is Bourbon Street, where the festivities are in full swing at this hour. It is a night when Bobby Cremins and his Yellow Jackets are indeed lucky dogs. We should also include their fans in that group. I, sir, will have a kraut dog.
We have good kraut dogs. We have the best customers come out of Atlanta.
You guys are from the University of Georgia, right?
No.
Wrong. Tell me about the Jackets tonight.
Sweet. They were sweet. Delicious.
Oh, man. I see you everywhere I go.
Hey, man.
Are you
I'm like a shadow.
I hear that. I hear that. All right. Everybody is a Tech fan tonight, right? No! Let's hear the fight song. All along Bourbon Street, lovely entertainment on this street, just the kind you like, Ken. I'm Jeff Hollinger reporting live from New Orleans, Louisiana. Back to you in the studio.
Looks like New Orleans is a wild place tonight. Thanks, Jeff.
Stay away from the team hotel for Georgia Tech. Things are a little chilled out. A lot of smiles coming out, but I think a lot of people are very tired right about now. Has it sunk in yet, Bobby Cremins?
Not really, Art. It's a great feeling. You know, as I said to everybody, I don't want to take anything away from it. But, you know, the Final Four is not the end for me. And I'm just proud that it happened. I'm happy for these guys. I'm happy for Georgia Tech and the city of Atlanta and the state of Georgia.
From a coaching aspect, how is it preparing each week like this for this intensity?
Well, it's been fun, but the big thing I tried to do today going into the game was just, believe it or not, try and make it another game and just get the young men to perform as well as they can. The difference today was Brian Oliver was a little bit more like himself. I really thought he was almost under 50% because of the injury, but now I thought today he might have been about 65, 70%.
Brian, joining us now, Brian Oliver, the captain, a senior. Do you approach it just like another game, like the coach does?
Well, yeah, I think the biggest thing for us to do is concern ourselves with just playing. You know, when you're out there, you're not thinking about this is the game for the Final Four. I think it really dawned on us toward the end of the game when Kenny was on the free throws. And, you know, that last shot, you know, it was a very good shot by Lynch. But I think the biggest thing for us is that we were just trying to play.
Is this a drafting preference, Chicago Bulls?
No. It goes with the outfit. The shirt is black and just the hat. No,
color coordinated.
Yeah, I'm trying
Brian
to
Oliver.
fashion
Yeah,
statement.
it's nice to know you have a fashion statement type guy on the team.
Brian's our leader, and Brian was born in Chicago, but his home, of course, is Atlanta. I know his family couldn't be here, but I know Brian, a lot of how hard he plays is because of his family, and it's great.
I want to ask both of you, this team has gone through a lot, and physically as well as emotionally. How much more does it take to reach back one more weekend for this big Final Four?
Well, we're just going to try and approach it just like we've been approaching the last two tournaments, and we'll just try and get back into our normal routine, Art. And like Brian said, not to really think about how important the game is, just try and take it like another game.
Brian, we got a few more seconds.
Well, I think the biggest thing for us is just to come out ready to play. Not so much focus on the championship, but just take each game as it comes.
And right now, they're just savoring a victory over the Minnesota Gophers and laying back a little bit. No trips to Bourbon Street, guys, and let the lobby cool it now. We've got a lot of teammates around us here.
Okay. Pretty big upset, Art. Bobby did not faint when you said the word draft.
I'm sorry?
Bobby didn't faint when you said the word draft.
No.
Well, I thought he might, considering Scott, you know, okay, that's a story for after the tournament, okay?
Final Four. And with the Jackets down in New Orleans all this week has been our own Stu Kleitinick, and he joins us now live from New Orleans. And Stu, it was quite a tournament, and these guys, I'm sure, are very exhausted but very elated.
I want to tell you, it was unbelievable. You know, Dennis Scott took some shots, and he usually takes long ones, but I'm going to tell you, he threw up some shots. You could go out for a buffet lunch, come back, and before it landed, you would be there in time. He is a veteran now, Dennis is, of interviews because he says, where's my monitor? I know Chuck's talking about my three-point plays. We talked to you earlier, and going to the Final Four hadn't sunk in. Has it sunk in now, and how do you feel?
It hasn't really sunk in yet because it's my first time going, and I think when it does, I'm probably going to explode. But I think right now, I'm happy that we won and the chance to go for a national championship. I think once we just keep staying together and playing hard, and hopefully we can come out with 2 wins.
We talked about Lethal Weapon 3, as they've been called. Brian Oliver, of course, playing on that hurt ankle. And Dennis's roommate, a little guy by the name of Kenny Anderson. And can you ever believe, talk about these two guys, starting with Kenny, who is just a freshman, but is running the show.
I think for Kenny, he's been playing basketball all his life, and he's from New York City. And when you play basketball every day in the playgrounds and at your school, a lot of things just come natural for you. And I think with Brian, he just plays so hard, he has a big heart. He plays through pain. I think if something has to be broken for him not to play.
Now, I know there's been something on your mind. It's been something in the media, I think, throughout the country. And they came down here as you laugh, and they said, oh, Dennis, God, he's so cocky. I mean, the guy thinks he's an NBA All-Star now. And I know you want to straighten that out because you've been misunderstood.
Like I told you earlier, people that know me for Dennis, they've been knowing me for a long time, knowing that my smile is part of my game. Even when we're down by 19 points, I still have my same smile and do the same thing I do on the court. And then we're winning the same smile. And I think people take my smile and misconceive what I'm doing besides having fun on the court.
I embarrassed Dennis, I have to admit, because he told me about this one-on-one, about this dream he has, and I said it in front of 15 other reporters. I hate to bring it up again, but it's just me and you. Tell me about this dream you've been having, a reoccurring thing about the final shot. Are you going to let me in on this again?
This is the last time. Well, no, I just sometimes ride on the bus and just daydream thinking that the score is tied and I have the ball in my hands, 5 seconds, and it's just me in the rim and the ball going through.
In 15 seconds or less, UNLV, what do you think?
If I had the ball, tie score, place your best, we're going to win.
You think?
I think so. No, I think we just got to go out there and play our game and do the things we've been doing all year that get us to the Final Four. And I think we just got to play hard, not give up on each other like we haven't.
How tough is it going to be emotionally to come down from this, do you think, and get ready for the Final Four?
I think it's going to be harder for the younger guys, the freshmen, because they come in as freshmen, going to the Final Four and being a part of something that every athlete likes to be a part of. And for me, I'm kind of keeping everything in the right perspective to keep, to get ready for the Final Four.
Now, I know what you're thinking out there at this point of the interview. You're saying, hey, Stu, ask him about the pros already. He's going to the Final Four. Will you get to the pros? Well, we've been told by Bobby Crimmins early in a press conference, Dennis does not talk about the pros. I don't talk about the pros. That's why I'm not asking it at this point. Chuck, we'll send it back to you with a very, very still, I can feel his hand hot, Dennis Scott.
Stu, before we do let you get away, could you ask, and I'm a little concerned about, and I'm sure that you've discussed this maybe with several of the Tech players, about playing in the altitude of Denver and against a team that runs the basketball like UNLV does.
That's a great point. I think these guys are sky high now, but Chuck brings up a good point in that you're not used to the altitude out in Denver. We talked to Bobby Crimmins. He's going to get out there a little earlier, but are you concerned about the altitude out in Denver?
A little bit. From talking from previous players that's been out there, I've never been out there before, so I don't know how to adjust. And a lot of players want to go out Tuesday, but coach wants to go out Wednesday, so that's kind of up in the air right now. But I think once we get there and actually see how it is for a personal standpoint, then we can go from there.
And here's something else. Maybe the ball will be a little lighter out there so you can shoot farther out, do you think?
like I always tell you, a lot of times I have no idea where I'm on the court when I take.
I appreciate you being with us. I know you want to get to Bourbon Street. Your friends are waiting right here. Say, come on, Dennis, come on with us. Have a good night. Congratulations going to the Final Four. We will see you later. Keep shooting them up there. Chuck, it has been an incredible weekend with some incredible wins. We'll keep up, obviously. If you haven't heard, this team gets in at about 12:26. So we will see you then. We'll be on that flight. Have a good night. Back to Sports Final. I'm Stu Kleitinick live in New Orleans.
All right, Stu, thanks very much. Good job.